What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, man, my name is JR and I share prison stories, man. I let y'all know what was going on behind the walls while I did my 10 years. Now today, man, this is about transfer day. Y'all know transfer day could get real hectic. It could get real crazy. And I'm gonna give y'all the whole rundown, man, on how I got transferred from Smith State Prison to Reedville GSP, Georgia State Prison. So now, it's a regular day at Smith, bro. Regular night. It's like after 9 o'clock, they did the count or whatever, counted clear. Everybody pretty much doing their own thing in the dorm. I'm chilling in my room, vibing to my music. I'm always locked in on the music too. So I hear somebody come and knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Say, Jamaica. Say, Jamaica. So I'm like, yo, I'll go on. But the police want you. So I'm like, police want me? Why would the police want me? So anyways, I put my shirt on or whatever. I walk down there. Everybody looking. That's how folks naturally is in chain gang, bro. They're nosy. Anytime they hear about the police asking for you or anything like that, they're naturally nosy. So one of the homeboys, he's like, bro, where you going? I was like, bro, they said the police want me. He's like, man, Jamaica, your ass might get transferred tonight. And I was thinking, I was like, it is transfer night because they transfer on Monday nights and Wednesday nights. That's when they call you to pack it up or whatever, whenever you getting transferred. So I'm like, nah, I'm probably ain't getting transferred because I just seen my security level, bro. My security level is still closed. What, they gonna send me to another closed camp? Now that was going through my head. I was like, man, I hope these folks ain't finna send me to another closed security. I'm already at Smith State Prison, bro. I ain't trying to go to no more closed security camp, bro. That's crazy. So anyways, I walk down there. I hit the flap. I'm saying, y'all call for me? They asked my name, I tell them. They was like, pack it up. You getting transferred tonight. I was like, whew, your boy getting transferred tonight? Ain't no way. I'm leaving Smith. I'm instantly happy, bro. I'm happy as ever, bro. I'm leaving Smith. So everybody, like, they see me left the boot. They're like, boy, you finna get transferred, Jamaica? I'm like, hell yeah, boy. I'm out of here. I'm gone, boy. Deuces to y'all. So they're like, where you going? I was like, bro, you ain't tell me. Now, this is the thing. Whenever you were going to get transferred, they will not tell you. You will not know until that night. They'll tell you to pack it up just for security reasons. They don't want to tell you that you going here or you going there so that way you could call your folks and plan an escape or some crazy stuff like that happen. So that is the reason, for security reason, why they be doing that. So anyways, bro, I go up to my room. I started pack my stuff. So, you know, folks coming from everywhere, bro. Everybody in the dorm like, damn, boy, you done got up out of here, boy. You gone. Ain't no way that you escaped Smith. I was like, yeah, bro. I escaped Smith. I'm leaving. And then I started thinking, one of the guys came there. He's like, damn, bro, tomorrow's store day. I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I was running a real store in there, a real profitable store. On every given week, I might have between $400 and $600 owed out to me in the dorm. Because people be coming getting commissary. They might get a 1 for 2, a 2 for 3, a 5 for 8. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they come and get $40 for $60, bro. The people who be gambling, the people who be borrowing stuff, their money might have hit late and all that type of stuff. I was running a store and I was selling all type of stuff, man. Selling store bags. I'm selling store bags, $17 worth of food for $25 in cash. That's how I was doing. $30 worth of food for $50 in cash. Yeah, if you know how that go, you know how that go, man. So instantly I started thinking like, damn, tomorrow's store day. Ain't no way these folks transfer me before it's store day, man. I know everybody in the dorm, they happy. They happy I'm finna go. So one of the guys I know in there, real cool blood dude, man, like this. He pulled up. He like, man, what's up, Jamaica? You finna get transferred? I'm like, hell yeah, boy. He's like, man, I know all these F niggas happy in here, boy. You finna get transferred. They owe you all this money in here. Listen, man, I really had this dorm on smash. I had the dorm on smash. Everybody was coming, supporting what I had going on because I was a civilian and I was a neutral. So people would rather come and get into business with me more than go get into business with a gang member, if anything. So if their money reach late, I'm pretty much an understanding guy, bro, when it comes to all that type of business. So they rather deal with me. So my guy was like, man, he's like, man, F that. Just give me that list, bro. I'm collecting everything, bro. I'm collecting everything. You know me. I'm going to let you get that paper. I'm like, first I'm like, all right, bro, all right, we'll do that. But it's so much people coming up, bro. Even folks that owe me, bro. I remember the little white dude came up, bro. Now this white dude, bro, he used to get $40 from me every week. Every week, you could only go to the store for $60. So I'm actually filling out his store list every week. He plays poker a lot. You know what I'm saying? So he always be at the poker table. So I fill out his store list for the 60, whatever. And he come, I get that 60 at the week. And whenever I get that 60, I'll be like, hold on, man, let me collect all this food and I sort this stuff out and you gonna get that $40. Bro, I had like 3-4 people I'm doing like that. Plus other guys who, so I'm telling him like, I'm like, nah. So white boy came, he was like, man, who you want me to give that stuff to? And I was thinking about it. I was like, I said, you know what, bro? Keep it, bro. Just think about it as a gift for me to you, bro. Keep it. He's like, man, for real? Because they used to expect that when they owe somebody and somebody get transferred, they'll put somebody to collect it. And that always causes a problem. And me knowing that I'm finna get transferred, bro, I didn't want to leave no problem. I didn't want to put nobody in no problem, nobody that's cool with me, nobody that I'm cool with, or for them to collect my debts and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I just got to charge this to the game. Mind you, it was a lot of money, bro. It's like $475. But I was like, man, I got to charge it to the game. I ain't going to put nobody in no position to collect it, or nobody in no position to go beat nobody up for nothing that I done got transferred and left, even though bro would have kept it real and sent me the bread. So boom, I'm in there packing my stuff. He came back. He's like, bro, let me get that list, bro. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't gonna do it. He's like, what you mean? He's like, man, you finna let these niggas get away with that? Ain't no way, Jamaica. I said, look, bro, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I said, look, bro, what if you go pressing these folks about this bread and they trying to buck on you? Who? Man, who gonna buck on me? He pulled out the tool ASAP. Who gonna buck on me? Man, ain't nobody gonna buck on me. So I was like, man, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I said, bro, I don't want you to go busting nobody, get on the tier about some stuff that, you know what I'm saying, I was doing business. It's just a part of the business, bro. I'm getting transferred. So he's like, you know what, bro, you right. That's why you a real one, bro. That's why I F with you, bro. That's why I F with you. But still, bro, goddamn, put me on one of these white boys that owed you, bro. Let him give me a 60 or something. Let me get myself straight. I like, all right, say less, bro. You feel me? So two of the white guys that I knew in the dorm, I just told them, I was like, look, bro, y'all give him half of the $60, bro. You give him 30, you give him 30. And bro was right there when I told him. See, they was like, all right, man, all right. They was winning too, because they get to keep $30. They winning. So everybody pretty much winning. And this now, I had a lot of cream. And if y'all know what I call the cream, the dirt bike, the thigh-out, whatever they call it, I had a couple grams of that. And I had a guy next door to me that I was messing with. I gave him a couple grams. And I had another dude that was my old roommate. Me and him used to do a lot of business together. He heard I was getting transferred. I told somebody to send him a couple grams. I was like, look, bro, now this money, I need this money. So they were like, bet, bro, we gonna make sure you get it, bro. We gonna make sure you get it. We gonna make sure you get it. So I'm like, all right. So boom, the officer come around. He's like, man, you through packing your stuff? You ain't trying to go? Let me find out you ain't trying to go. I was like, hey, man, look, man, I'm already packed. I still had a lot of food, though, y'all. I still had a lot of food, bro. I probably had like $150 worth of food still left in my locker box. Popped all the stuff I needed up. A lot of stuff I left, bro. Some sneakers I had. I gave it to some guys who just be playing basketball and stuff like that, because I didn't want to transfer with a whole bunch of stuff, bro, because I know how hectic the transfer procedure could get. So anyways, bro, I packed my stuff. A lot of the guys came through, giving me their information. They're like, bro, hit me up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. A lot of the guys that I'm cool with, I gave them my information. I'm like, y'all had me on the book or something like that. But one thing I was happy about, man, I'm leaving this hellhole, bro. Y'all don't know how crazy this place was. Smith State Prison, bro, it's a dungeon. And once you get in that dungeon, bro, it's hard to get out, bro. I done ran across guys who've been there for 15 years, bro. They're like, man, I'm stuck here. Now I done did almost 4 years, bro. And these folks transferring me. So anyways, I packed my stuff up, bro. Some of the guys, they done helped me, brought it down to the door. So everybody, like, you know, everybody in the dorm mess with me. That boy Jamaica, boy. That boy Jamaica gone, boy. That boy Jamaica. I'm like, yeah, boy, I'm out of here, Jack. I'm gone. Y'all could have all of this right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm starting to think when they put me in the salad port, it was me and another guy in the dorm. I didn't even know him like that. He had just came in the dorm a couple of days before that. So I was in the salad port. I'm thinking, I asked the officer, I said, hey, man, Monster, Garrett is still closed? And he like, yeah. I was like, but I knew I had him checked it a couple days ago when I went up to see the counselor. He said it was still closed. So I'm like, bro, I hope they don't send me to another level 5, man. I was like, bro, I cannot deal with another level 5 camp, bro. I'm happy that I'm leaving Smith State Prison, but I could not deal with another level 5 camp, bro. Anyways, bro, these folks all brought us all the way up to intake. Now they had other guys from other buildings and stuff like that. I knew another guy that was in G building. He was getting transferred too, bro. Everybody was happy, bro. Everybody was like, man, I can't wait, man. Y'all need to hurry up. Y'all need to get this procedure out the way. Get us on the bus. We trying to leave this right now. So anyways, bro, they brought us to intake. You know, they strip search you. They search your property. They count everything off that you got in your property. Every single noodle, down to everything, bro, down to a pin. They're going to put it on their property sheet and bag it up. They put all your stuff in a clear bag. Boom. So when I was up there, the officer was like, man, how much food you got? You know you ain't supposed to have more than $60 of food. I was like, man, this ain't even $60. He looked at me. He was like, come on, man. I was like, man, hey, man, I need that food, man. I don't know where I'm going. I said, bro, what if I go to the other camp and they put me in a hole or something? He's like, man, you ain't going to no hole in that. You ain't going to no hole in that. So I was like, man, where I'm going? He's like, man, you know I can't tell you that. Now, you know I can't tell you that. So I was like, all right, cool, man, whatever. They did all the property work for all the people. Man, this probably was like 10 of us. They did all the property work. And we up there sitting for a while until they came, bro. They cuffed us up, bro. They put us in the waist chain, put the cuffs on like this. Now, this is one of the procedures I hate. I hate these stuff, bro. I hate getting these waist chains. I hate getting these cuffs. And I hate getting these stuff they put on your ankle, bro. These braces they put on your ankle and stuff. Because some of these officers be putting this stuff on so tight, bro. Especially the ones on your legs. I got real big ankles, bro. And they be like, oh, we got to get certain clicks on them. I was like, look, bro, everybody's different. Everybody got different size or wrists right here, different size ankles and all type of stuff like that. And it was like, man, I was like, this stuff be squeezing my feet off, bro. If you walk too long in this, bro, when you got all this stuff on anyways, bro, and you walking like this. That's how you walking, bro. This stuff be rubbing the back of my ankles, all type of stuff. Anyways, this officer, he was pretty cool, man. He made sure he eased up on them. Some of them, as long as their fingers could fit right there, it'd be good. Anyways, bro, they brought us outside, bro. They already had that Bluebird cranked up. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cold. It wasn't that cold, though. They already had the Bluebird cranked up. Now, y'all hear me talk about the Bluebird. It's not blue. I first thought that when I was in the county jail and I heard about the Bluebird, I was thinking about a big old blue bus, but it's not blue. I guess that's just the brand of the bus or whatever. It's called Bluebird, so everybody called it Bluebird. Anyways, bro, boom, they put us on there. We get on there, bro. Now these buses, bro, they now if you leave in the prison, they might be clean because they'll clean them and stuff before they leave in the prison. But whenever you get back on these buses going somewhere else midday, it be different. I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna get into that. So anyways, bro, we had to drive like 4 hours. If you know Smith, bro, Smith is all the way down there in Glennsville, Georgia, bro. It's like a 3-4 hour drive to get to Jackson. Now, every transfer, anybody that's transferred going camp to camp, you will have to go to Jackson State Prison in order to meet up with that bus that you're going to take to go to your respective camp. So anyways, bro, we went on that ride. I tried to sleep on the ride. I couldn't sleep. Mind you, I'm still trying to look outside too. Anyways, bro, because I haven't seen outside in a long time. I'm trying to look at all the new cars. I'm trying to see if I see some females in these cars. All type of stuff, bro. My head like this out the window. I'm looking at everything. All the new cars, all the new buildings, the lights, everything, bro. I'm trying to soak it all in. And then you got people in these cars and stuff that be driving by. They be looking at us in these buses, bro. Now that's crazy. That's one of the things that made me feel so crazy, bro. People, especially little kids, they be like, oh, there's some prisoners. Sometimes their mama might tell her, hey, turn their head or something like that, bro. It's real crazy. That whole thing is an experience, but it's not an experience that y'all want to go through. Just take it from me. So anyways, bro, when we reached the Jackson, now this is crazy. Jackson is real crazy, bro. Real crazy. Jackson now, when you pull up at Jackson, Listen, it's a lot of prisons in Georgia, bro. It's a whole lot of prisons, like 30-something prisons in Georgia. And every transfer day, bro, you got people that are going to different camps, from one camp to one camp. So you imagine you have 30 different buses lined up in this big old parking lot, bro. And when you get there, it might be other buses there. It might be some buses that actually didn't get there. And like I said now, transfer days are real hectic, bro. When you get there, usually at first, now this, they end up changing the whole procedure, because when I was first going through my transfers and stuff, you could actually get off the bus, you go use the bathroom, you could walk around a little bit. They'll actually take the release the handcuffs from the waist chain, but you still have the stuff on your legs. You could walk to the bathroom and stuff. But because how dangerous it done got, and somebody, it was a GF dude who ended up pouring out the blood dude on transfer day, bro. These folks was actually coming from different prisons, but they had beef from previous prisons, if y'all understand what I'm saying. So some of these guys actually be transferring with the tool on them, bro. They transfer with the candy bar, the tool, whatever you want to call it. They transfer with it on them, bro, because a lot of these guys, they'll have hits on their head. A lot of these guys are ex-gang members. A lot of these guys are informants. A lot of these guys, it's just all type of stuff going on with them, bro. And folks really about their issue in the chain gang, so they be transferring. And what happened was, like I said, the GF dude ended up pouring out the blood dude. So they changed the way how they did this in Jackson now. So when you get there, you cannot get off the bus. You can't get off the bus. So it might be 20, 30 people on the bus, bro. Say each person is going to a different prison. Now you got to sit and you got to wait till that officer from that prison comes. He gonna bring whatever people that he got coming to Smith, that's going to Smith, he gonna bring him come to that bus and take whoever he bringing back with him to that prison, to that bus. So it's like, bro, to be honest with you, bro, it's like a big old swap meet or a slave trade. It remind me of a slave trade, bro. You know how you hear the stories about a slave trade back in the days? That's how it reminds you of, bro. When you look outside, all you see is people walking in line behind officers in different directions, going to different buses and stuff like that, bro. Bro, this whole transfer thing is crazy, bro. Then you gotta walk. When you walking, when they reach there, they take all your bags, all your property and stuff be up onto the bus. They got a little compartment up onto there. They put that stuff in. Once they reach there, officers will take it out. Now, you got to lift these stuff, bro. Mind you, I had a lot of bags. So imagine you in the waist chain and all this stuff. You got to bend down, grab the bags, walk over there. You might got to tell the officer, like, hey, man, I got another bag. Now, sometimes they have these little carts out there that they will put all the stuff on. Like if they come to the bus and it's like 2, 3 of us going to this particular place. Now this particular day, when they came, I found out I was going to Reidsville. While I was on the bus sitting down, I ended up asking the officer. I was like, hey man, because all the officers that came getting people, they was calling the names. I was like, hey man, where I'm going? He's like, man, you going to GSP. I was like, GSP? I'm like, what's GSP? He was like, Reidsville. I was like, Reidsville? I said, man, ain't no way. But I heard about Reidsville, and Reidsville was actually, its actual name is GSP, Georgia State Prison. But a lot of people, mostly everybody will call it Reidsville, bro. It was the first prison in Georgia, and this was a prison where guys was getting electrocuted at. This was the first prison they actually had a high max at. They had a lot of famous inmates, man. Martin Luther King was at Reidsville. If y'all know Wayne Williams was at Reidsville. Alamein was at Reidsville. So this place was notorious for holding a lot of high-risk people. Now they changed it over a period of time. The electric chair, they actually had electric chair there, because you know they was electrocuting people, bro. I read something while I was there, bro. It said that like in the 1940s or 50s, bro, they was paying people $25 to volunteers to actually hit the switch to electrocute people, bro. That's crazy. Who would volunteer, bro, to go hit a switch to take somebody's life, bro? That's not normal. That's crazy work right there. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. So anyways, that's the whole spiel on Reidsville, bro. So I'm like, okay, I heard about Reidsville. I heard it's pretty cool. But one thing I heard about down there too, bro, it's a lot of Bati boys down there, bro. Now, if y'all haven't seen the movie, The Longest Yard. Y'all seen The Longest Yard? That's where it was filmed at. It was actually filmed at GSP slash Reedville, bro. So anyways, bro, we got to the other bus. They load the other bus up. Mind you, let me give y'all this information. Reidsville is actually 30 minutes away from Smith State Prison, bro. Reidsville is actually in Tatnall County, and Smith State Prison is actually in Glennsville, Georgia. It's 30 minutes away, but they drove us 4 hours to Jackson State Prison, where we had to meet up and transfer to different buses. So we took a 4-hour drive all the way to Jackson and a 4-hour drive all the way back when the prison was just 30 minutes away. That is crazy. So now after we get on the bus, you know, it's a long ride all the way back to Reidsville. So once we got to Reidsville, we had to go through this whole procedure again. Now, once you get there, bro, it's a whole different energy. Now, different prisons got different energy. Y'all heard me talk about Smith State Prison. As far as when I went there, it felt like it was a black cloud over this place. Now, when we got to Reidsville, it had the same energy, bro. Like, you felt this energy of like depth, because you know the past of Reidsville. You know this was the place that there was electrocuting people, bro. You know all this information about it. So once you got there, you picked that energy up already. So once I got there, we had to go through the whole procedure of going into intake. Going into intake, you know, they got to search your property. They got to search you. They're going through everything, because you got guys who be transferring. Guys, like I said, guys be transferring with the tools on them. Guys be transferring with cell phones. Guys be transferring with drugs. Guys is always going to take that risk. A lot of guys is not going to leave nothing for nobody to sell nothing or no crazy stuff like that. A lot of guys going to take it with them. A lot of guys do have spots that they travel with, bro. These spots might be in different property, different stuff that they got in their property, bro. So when we got to Reidsville, bro, it was like 20 of us, bro. So you know this whole procedure already. It's a long procedure, bro. You got to sit there the whole time. They call everybody up, searching your property. They are checking everything off, make sure everything is right. Then they got to tell you like where you actually going. Then you got to meet. Now, one thing, this what I didn't like when I went there, bro. You actually got to meet with the search team, bro. They go there, they ask you about tattoos. Mind you, I got a tattoo on my leg and I got a tattoo on my back. It's a map of Jamaica and it says Kingston across it. So once I go to meet with the search team, these two search team officers, they was like over the gang or task force within the prison. So once I go meet with them, they asked me about my tattoos or whatever. I said, bro, y'all can see my tattoos. This say Kingston right here. And you see this a map of Jamaica. And then I showed him my tattoo on my leg. Like it says One Love, but it got a picture of Bob Marley and a picture of Marcus Garvey. So he was like, oh, so what gang you in? I was like, bro, I'm not in no gang. He's like, yeah, you had to be in a gang. You come from Smith. How long you was down there? So I was telling him how long I was down there. He's like, yo, you had to be in a gang. You had to be in a gang. Hold on, let me see. He pulled my name up on the system. Like he had already had paperwork on there, but he went on something on the computer. He's like, oh, you ain't tagged. But you look like a GD though. You look like one of them GD dudes. You be moving like a GD. Ever since you came in here, the whole time you was sitting down, I was watching you. And when I think back, he was watching me the whole time. And I was like, why this officer watching me like that? But it didn't went past in my mind. But now he brought it back up. This man was watching me. He was profiling me. Now this man telling me I look like a GD. Now how a GD is supposed to look. How blood's supposed to look. All this type of stuff. Mind you, I ain't got no tattoos in my face. You know what I'm saying? My hair is always cut low. I bring myself presentable. So he's like, man, I'm going to tag you as something. I got to tag you as something. I was like, bro, you can't tag me as nothing because I'm not affiliated with nothing. And he started to laugh. He's like, okay, you a civilian? I was like, yeah, I'm a civilian. So he's like, all right. They went through the whole procedure, bro, of doing that. Now when they tell us they finna take us to our dorm, boom, they line us up. They tell us what dorm they're going to take us to. Now when they take us to the dorm, bro, now this prison, let me tell y'all about this prison. This prison, like I said, it's so old, bro, from like the 1930s. This prison is like dungeons, bro. They take you down these long hallways, bro. These hallways are dark, lonely. Now you walk, bro, you might be walking down a mile in like a tunnel. These hallways look like tunnels, bro. So I'm looking around, I'm like, why is this place made so crazy? And I'm thinking like, yeah, it's old as hell, I could think. So boom, we go to the dorm, bro. Once we get to the dorm, I see these dorms, they're real small, bro. I'm not used to a dorm like this. It feel like claustrophobic, bro, once I went in there, bro. I was like, why is this dorm so small, bro? Like, it's not, like, the width of the dorm is not even wide, bro. You got rooms over here on this side. Now in Reedville, how these dorms was like 52 people? Yeah, I want to say 52. Yeah, like 50. I don't remember how many rooms it had in there like that. But boom, my room was the first room. No, 1, 2, 3. My room was like the third room. So once the search team brought us, they brought me and another guy. Mind you, we done walked around the whole camp, bro. Dropped everybody else off. You know, everybody, they spread everybody around. We done dropped everybody else off. We come back. I'm tired, bro. You know, the whole transfer day, they drag you all through the day. So I'm ready to just get to the dorm and chill. So get in there, they showed me my room or whatever. I guess my roommate was but he wasn't there at the time. He was actually in the kitchen. That's where he had a detail at. So once I go in, bro, I got a lot of property. Now, you know, once you go in the dorm, you're going to have guys who standing around doing this, guys who looking at you, guys trying to figure out what you is, who you affiliated with, all this type of stuff. So once I went in the dorm, you had guys standing around. You know, some guys, they mean mugging, they doing all of this. Guys just going about their regular business. So once I put my stuff in my room, I seen a dude that I know, they call him D. He's like, hey, Jamaica, what's up, bro? Now, I knew him from Riverbend. I didn't know him like that, but I usually see him. He was in a dorm next door to me. I know he used to work in the barbershop. So he's like, what's up, Jamaica? I was like, what's up, man? Boom, came over there, but I'm standing outside the room. Whenever I go to somewhere new, like a new dorm or a new camp, anywhere, bro, once I put my property in the room, I'm coming outside that room and I'm posted up, because I done seen so many times where guys just coming in the dorm or going to a camp and they go in the room and they put their stuff in the room and they in the room and guys are actually running the room on them. They actually try to press them, ask them what they is. Sometimes guys will get robbed right there on the spot. Now, you know me, I ain't going for nothing funny. So once I put my stuff in my room, I came back outside, I'm posted up. That's where he came, talking to me. He's like, man, where you coming from? I get to tell him, like, man, I'm coming from Smith. So he's like, man, it's sweet down here, bro. It's sweet down here. I was like, yeah, for real. I'm like, man, it's messed up at Smith. So I'm telling him, like, bro, look, bro, I need to get on his phone. I need to use his phone. So he's like, hold on, bro. I'm going to work a move for you. I got to work a move for you. Now, I had to get on the phone because when I got transferred, I didn't got a green dot from somebody. I sold some stuff to somebody and I got a green dot from somebody for like $260. So I had to make sure that it's either I was going to load it or I was going to spend it. So I was like, man, I need to spend this money right away. I was telling him, like, look, bro, I got some bread. I got to spend it right away. And he was like, man, I know somebody who got to work. I know somebody who got this, somebody who got that. So I was like, all right, man, we're going to do something, bro. Let me go finish and go pack my property out or whatever. And I would know. Before I did that, I went to ask him. I was like, bro, how the dorm is? He's like, man, it cool, man. It cool, man. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you in here, bro. Ain't nobody gonna mess with you in here. I was like, ain't nobody gonna mess with me, period, anyway. But I'm just asking you about the temperature of the dorm. I'm trying to see what's going on. If this just a hot dorm, you know what I'm saying? Because you got some dorms, bro, dorms be hot, bro. You got to be ready for whatever. So he's like, nah, bro, it's pretty cool in here, bro. It's pretty cool. That's when he went to telling me about the other side of the compound. He's like, boy, you lucky they ain't sent you over there F building where all them young dudes at. I said, bro, it don't matter. I really go anywhere. I could really just adjust to whatever environment they put me in. But of course, I'm not trying to be in no hot dorm. I'm not trying to be on no stupid stuff, nothing like that. Because at this time in my bed, I probably had like 3 years or 3.5 years, something like that. I probably had like 3 years or 3.5 years left. So he's like, bro, I'm gonna get you on the phone, bro. You're gonna be good, bro. You're gonna be good. Your big brother in here. He got to doing all that. I'm like, big brother. I was like, bro, I never really known you like that. So instantly, he just reminded me of some kind of dudes that I went in chain gang with, fast talking dude, trying to figure out what you got going on. They see me come in the dorm. I got a lot of property. They already eyeing that. They know I got something going on by the shoes that I got on. I got a watch on, little stuff like that. Dudes will actually profile you to see what type of dude you is. Now, if you came in the dorm, you ain't really had nothing but your mat and a blanket and sheet, they ain't gonna look at you. Ain't nobody gonna try to talk to you or nothing. They're gonna be like, man, you ain't no asset to the dorm. You just gonna take away from the dorm. Now, with me coming in there with all some type of stuff, and he hear me talking about money, he's like, okay, yeah, he gonna be an asset to the dorm. Instantly, he's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna get you on the phone, bro. I got my bro over there. He be having the 7s of the cream. He be having this. He be having that. So I'm like, all right, bro. I'm gonna try to put something together. So anyways, I went back in my room because he was telling me stuff pretty calm. I went to breaking my property down. And this is one of the most craziest, I hate this process, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta unpack all this stuff, pack all this stuff back. That's the thing about transfer, bro. I hate transfer, bro. Transfer days are hectic, bro. Too hectic, bro. Mind you, bro, people be getting transferred for all different reasons. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes it might be a disciplinary transfer. In my case, I was still closed security when they sent me down here. Mind you, Reidsville is max. Reedville is mixed. It's mixed between medium and closed security. But I think one of the main reasons why they sent me down here, because I was supposed to have surgery on my knee. And Reedville is somewhat like of a medical camp. They got a trailer, like a real trailer set up where they be doing surgery, a lot of medical procedures. It's not real surgery, but medical procedures that they be doing in this trailer. And guys used to tell me about that because I used to see guys transfer to Reedville for a day or two, and they had like an infirmary dorm to where whenever you do a procedure, you might be down there for like 3-4 days until they make sure that you're all right. They'll actually send you back. So I think that was the reason why I was transferred down here. But like I said, guys be getting transferred. It might be disciplinary. You might be under investigation. Guys might have just put themselves on the transfer list, bro. Guys might have just been like, they want out of this camp. They can't stay here. Now, some guys, they can't live on certain compound because of probably their past. They probably ex-gang members. They're probably an informant. People probably done found out about them. You got guys who can't hit no type of compound, bro. Everywhere they go, they got to be in the hole, bro. So people be getting transferred for all different various reasons, bro. So anyways, bro, this guy now, he came back. He's like, yeah, bro, one of my bros up there, he gonna let you use the phone or whatever. You feel me? So I'm like, boom, all right. Boom, I go up there, bro. I get to use the phone. I call this little chick I used to be messing with. I call her. She had a green dot card for me. I was like, man, put this number in. Boom, boom, boom. She put the number in. She checked it. She like, it's good. So I got off the phone. Boom. I told her I got transferred. She was like, where you get transferred to? Why they keep moving you like that? I'm like, man, this is just a part of the chain gang. That's what I was telling her. I was like, this is a part of the prison. I don't understand that. Why did it just take y'all? Why they couldn't just leave you there? I was like, you don't even understand. I'm happy I'm here. I'm glad I left Smith State Prison, bro. You don't know the type of stuff I seen that place. Some of the stuff I done did at place, bro. Sometimes I was at that place, bro. I wasn't scared, but I was nervous, bro. Sometimes you feel like something about to happen to you, bro. You see all this gruesome stuff happen to other people, bro. You be wondering like when it's gonna be my turn. And I was happy. I was telling her, look, man, I'm happy I left that place, man. So she would ask me why they transfer. I was like, bro, that's beyond the point right now. I just got a quick call to check on this money. I'ma call you back. So when I told her that, I went to talking to dude. He was like, yeah, his people's got some cream over there. They selling the 7 of cream for like $3.50. Now I said I had this green dot for $2.60 or whatever. I had another $50 dot, and I was telling him, okay, put that with it. I said, look, bro, this $300 right here. Let me goddamn find me, see if I could get me another $50. I got back on the phone, bro. I called my little brother. He's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go pick you up a green dot real quick. Called back within an hour. Little bro went and got the green dot. Now, within this space of time, bro, dude was just doing so much, though. He's like, yeah, bro, the cream be moving down here. He went to telling me all about the chain gang, what's going on, and all this type of stuff. So, boom, I remember I came out the room with him. I tell him I'm finna go to my room, finna go try to get something. But once I came out the room with him, these doors don't swing. These doors, they slide, and they make a whole bunch of noise, bro. And one thing I noticed about this place, bro, like I said, this was actually the first prison in Georgia. So you know it was old as ever, bro. Ancient, old as ever. Everything creak, everything make noise. The beds, bro. When you jump on the beds, they just be doing this. They just be dancing. Ain't no type of structure. These dudes be cutting everything off. So when I came out the room now, that's what I see. Somebody walking around in some short stuff. I said, man, what? Oh no, boy, it's a whole funny boy in here, bro. Yeah, real bocce boy just walking around the dorm in some short. So I go back in the room. I said, bro, what? He's like, yeah, shawty, I forgot to tell you that, shawty. Yeah, it's punks everywhere, bro. It's a whole bunch of punks everywhere. I said, man, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way these folks got me like this, bro. Bro, I ain't never, bro, I done been in the dorm with these folks when I was in the county jail and stuff like that, bro. But I ain't never just been in, when I was at Riverbend, I was in the dorm too, where you had like 2 of them. Bro, but my last couple of years, bro, at Smith, bro, ain't no punks around, ain't no funny boys around, none of that, bro. They can't live in these dorms. But he was telling me, he's like, bro, you ain't seen nothing yet. He's like, bro, he's like, man, shawty, this ain't nothing, shawty. You ain't seen nothing yet. I was like, man, ain't no way I'm gonna be going through this. So anyway, bro, I go to the room, situate some stuff. I come back. He's like, bro, I holler at bro before you goddamn talk to him. I get on the phone. I'm talking to dude or whatever. He telling me the prices. I'm asking him if it's the whole chapstick. You know, that's how they measure the grams and stuff. He's like, yeah, bro, everything gonna be right. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I'm like, all right, bet, bro. Anyways, now I gave bro the money. He transferred it. He didn't transfer. He actually brought it out to dude, because this dorm, bro, they had small yards. The Reedville, each dorm, they got small yard. Upstairs and downstairs, they got a small yard that they share. And dude that we had called, dude, like, you could go out to the small yard, and they back window right there. And they got holes in the window, bro. So he had just pushed the papers through and said some little stuff to dude or whatever. And he came back. So he's like, yeah, bro, everything good, bro, everything good. When we go to child call, we gonna pick it up. So I was like, I bet. So I would ask him, like, bro, ain't no Jamaicans here? He's like, yeah. Oh, Mad Max up there. Mad Max upstairs. I was like, yeah. He's like, man, I'm gonna holler at bro. Boom, he went upstairs. But he had to go look through a glass or something, get somebody's attention. He came back downstairs. He's like, man, he's still on detail. He's like, bro, you go fuck with Mad Max. Mad Max be tripping though, bro. He be wildin', bro. He's like, man, that man Mad Max for real. I said, bro, I'm gonna holler at him. I'm gonna see what's up with him or whatever, you feel me? So he's like, bro, he a real Jamaican. I was like, okay, cool. I'm a real Jamaican too. I'm gonna holler at him more than this dude, bro. He just kept talking. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was like, bro, what time they usually call a child? He's like, man, probably about 5:30 or 6 o'clock or something like that. I just need to go get this stuff for this dude that I paid for, bro. I gotta go get this work, because I gotta get right back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I had some guys that I had to call at Smith for a couple $100. You know what I'm saying? But this all I had right now. I got hella food, all type of stuff, hella hygiene. You know what I'm saying? I'm good for like a month, 2 months like that. But listen, man, I got to see what's going on down here. I got to get right into the hustling. So he was like, all right, man, boom. They go to chow. These folks go to chow now. They go to chow, they come back. Man, bro came back now. He came back. I see him and the next dude. They go in the dude over whose phone I use. They go in his room. So they in his room or whatever. So I'm like, how the hell this man gonna come back? He's supposed to go pick my stuff up and come back, and he gonna go in the room with somebody else. I was like, bro, this don't make no sense. So I went up there. Boom, 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 boom. I'm knocking on the door. I'm like, bro, what's up? You feel me? When I said, what's up, I seen him in the box. He inside the locker box, like they separating stuff. So I fall off in the room. I'm like, bro, what's going on? I was like, where my stuff at? He's like, yeah, bro, it's right here, bro. It's all right here. I look, it's a pile of cream right there. But somebody done used a card and pinned some of it off. And I seen a chapstick cap. So I was like, what the heck? I was like, hold on, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, bought some too. I'm just taking his out. I said, bro, how he gonna buy something and me and his stuff gonna be in the same thing? He's like, nah, bro, we had put it together to make a deal. I said, bro, I ain't make that agreement, bro. He like, damn, shawty, you didn't like that, shawty, nah. So now he trying to sweet talk me, but I know the game, bro. I ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? I've been done figured you out because you talk too much, even though this the first day I'm meeting back up with you. I've known you from some years ago. Never really known you like that. But you just a city slicker, fast talker. I know your kind. So I'm like, nah, bro. I say it don't work like, bro. It don't work like that. So the other dude, he really wasn't saying nothing. And this one of the things I was doing, I was applying pressure, bro, off the rip, let these folks know I'm not with the games, bro. I ain't come here for all these games. I'm trying to make me some bread, bro. So I go home. I'm trying to get out of chain gang. So this man, he in there, he's like, man, nah, shawty, he got to get 2 grams out of this. I said, nah, bro, it don't work like that, bro. So I was like, bro, what you got to get out of this? Dude was like, oh, man. So I was like, man, oh, hell nah, man. I said, bro, bag this up, man. I said, let me get this, bro. Bag this up. I bagged all of it up. I said, look, bro, I'm gonna go to the room, bro. I'm gonna check this myself, bro. Make sure it's good. So he's like, nah, bro, shawty got to get 2 grams out of this. So I was like, look, bro, call bro back. Who you got the stuff from? Boom. He called the nigga back on the phone. He didn't want to do it. So I'm like, call him back. He got the phone from dude. He dialed the number. So he called bro back. He's like, bro, how you package your stuff, bro? He's like, man, the white boy ain't give it to you. He's like, yeah, the white boy gave it to me. He's like, it's 2 separate packages, bro. Bro who just, all he said, just came to the camp, his 7 in one thing, and bro packaging the other thing. So I'm like, I'm looking at him like, oh, so you trying to play? I said, oh, most definitely. I said, bro, pack all this up, man. I went to the room, bro. I went right to the room. He came back, knocking on the door. Man, shawty, it ain't nothing like that, shawty. Man, that man had that stuff mixed up. I said, bro, the man just told you that he separated them. He got 2 separate stuff. So how you gonna tell me that bro had some stuff in my stuff? I said, nah, bro, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. So I went in the room. I went to measuring up, bro. Went measuring up. Boom, boom, went measuring up. And I seen it was over. Bro, probably like 10 grams in there, bro. I paid for 7, but it's like 10 grams. So boom, while I'm in there, I done measured up and I heard somebody knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. So I turned around. So I seen somebody in the window like this. Yard man. Somebody said, yo, what going? It was Mad Max. He pulled up on me. I said, yo, what going? We introduced ourselves. We went to chopping it up. So I'm telling him what bro got going on. He said, yo, why you never come link me, dog? And I said, yo, come up there and try. I said, yo, look, man, you gotta come chat to me first. So I said, yo, who him buy it from? I said, man, he bought it over there. He's like, so I'm telling him about the situation. And I'm telling him I got 10 G's out of it and it's supposed to be 7 G's. He said, look, bro, that's how bro be selling his stuff. He said, man, he don't shave the caps off. Now, if you know the chapstick cap, like, he'll scoop it up and it be like a cone on the top. He don't shave it off. Like, he just scoop them like this and drop them. Scoop them like that and drop them. So that's what dude had going on, because dude know that's how they was selling it. He was planning on just buying it and scraping the tops off, just filling chapstick, scraping whatever is left off the tops, which was like an extra 3 grams. That's what he was going to take for himself. That what they was in the process of doing when I walked in the room. So he's like, nah, yo, nah, I'm gonna try it like that. So I'm like, oh, mama good. Boom. So I was like, pfft. And I kept it so real, bro. I still took out a gram, bro. I took it a whole chapstick and gave it to dude. So when I went to the room, boom, boom, boom. What's up, bro? I gave him this. Put it in his hand. He like, boy, oh, boy, what's up, boy? That's what's up, boy. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he started to give me junkie vibes at the same time. I'm like, okay, yeah, he looked like he'd be on the cream. Because as soon as that cream touched his hand, bro, he was real happy, bro. He was real happy, bro. And I'm like, man, ain't no way all this stuff done happened, bro. I just got here today, bro. This man that's tried me, bro. I done went through so much from last night, bro. Leaving how like $400 something worth of food owed out to me, bro. At Smith. And I came all the way here, long procedure all day, coming to this new camp, and now you want to try me like that? Man, you know I wasn't going for it, but I still kept it real, like I said, and gave him that. And that was that story on that, man. Y'all see this whole transfer procedure, bro. The whole transfer procedure in Georgia is crazy. Appreciate y'all checking out the story, man. A lot of love, a lot of respect, man. I will be sharing more stories from GSP or Reedville. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man.